Okay, what we're going to do here, we're going to do some phoneme grapheme mapping with your spelling words. And I'm going to make some mistakes, bear with me. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible for us. So it's just a box and then a sound. Or a box and a syllable. And I'm going to explain that as we go. And here's going to be the first example. Happen. Now when you look at happen, you see two vowels there. And we know a syllable has to have a vowel. We also see two syllable or two consonants in there that are the same, and usually when we have two consonants the same, we split them between the two same consonants. So we have hap, pin. Now that sounds just a little bit different, but when you sound it out, it's going to be hap, pin, but when we say it, it's happen. We don't hear the double P sound. So that's going to explain what's happening down here. The first sound you hear is huh, which is an H sound. Then we hear ah, which is made by the letter A. Then we hear the P sound, and that is going to be both of them going in the same box, because we don't say in, we say happen. Then we have don't hear it very well because of the nasalization of the N there, but hap and we hear it just briefly, so the E goes in its own box. And then we have the N there at the end, happen. Happen. Now we have supper. You look at supper, two vowels. There are two consonants in the middle there that are the same, and that's where we're going to split them. So it's a two-syllable word, sup, per. So now keep that in mind when we go down below. We go, that's an S sound. Then we hear that's the U, the short U sound. Now we know those two consonants are the same, so we're going to put them in the same box, sup. And notice we have two letters left, but just one box, This is an R-controlled vowel. So we're going to stick the two sounds together because it's really hard to hear the E in this sound. The R kind of controls the sound of it. So we put the two letters in there, and that's an R-controlled vowel. So we have S-U-P-P-E-R. S-up-er. Now the next word, traffic. Now you come down below, we look at traffic, we see two vowels, so we know there could be two consonants. There can't be any more than, or two syllables. Can't be any more than two syllables because we only have two vowels, and they're both active vowels. We hear both of them, traffic, it. So there's two syllables there. We're going to split it between the F's, traffic. Okay, now coming down below. The boxes are lined just a little bit different this time. But watch what happens. T, tr, t, r, tra, tra. Well, tra is a blend of T and R. And we talked about blends, so it's just a matter of taking time and remembering them. Then tra, a, that's made by the letter A. Then we have f, that made by the letter F, and there's two of them there, so we're going to put them both in the same box. And we have I, not that would be E. This is I, so this is the short I sound. And this time it's made by the letter C. So we have T, R, A, I, K, traffic. Okay, now this one's a little different, and for you third graders, it's going to be a little harder to figure out because we're jumping around a lot simply because of the fact you guys are starting this midway through. But we have the word lettuce. Okay, if we look up there, we will see three vowels. But what do we know when there's a vowel, consonant, E at the end? The E is usually, it's usually silent. So we're going to allow for that one this time. So we have lettuce. And notice, guys, the C makes the S sound, and that's because the E follows it. When C is followed by I, E, or Y, it makes an S sound. And we go down below, we have L, E, there's that E, T, and of course there's two of them, so we're going to put them both in the same box. Now it doesn't give us that long U sound like we were hoping it would, but it's a U. S, and that's made by the C. And then the E I'm going to put here in this box just like this, guys, so you know it's there, but it's not going to make any sound. And you see the little white E down below? That's letting you know that that's a silent E. Okay? And hopefully we'll progress better and get going even further with this as time goes on. Okay, now we have subject. And again, look at it. We have two vowels, the U and the E. We don't have anything past the T to worry about as far as a silent E or anything. So we probably look at this. Oh, there's two consonants between the two vowels. Let's split it between the two consonants. So sub, ject. Now if you look down below, I've got a lot of boxes, and it's going to be pretty easy to figure this one out. Sa, all made by the S. There's that U sound. Ba, there's the B. Ja, there's the J. There's the E. K, there's that C. And T. Ta, subject. So we go sa, ject. And that EC, a little difficult to pick up, but it's there. Suggest. Again, find your vowels. Two vowels, a U and an E. And there's two G's in between them, so let's split them between the two G's. So we have sug, jest. Now, this time, you hear a little different sound there, and that's because the G and the E are following each other. Or the E's following the G, and that's the soft G sound. Anytime, or a lot of times, sometimes, when G is followed by I, E, or Y, it goes ja. So we have suggest. So we have sa, g, j. And guys, the reason I put it all together is so we don't get messing up. But again, this has a sug, j. So there's that sug, j. St, s. There's that S. T. And I will try to do a much better job of separating that G and that J sound out, because I didn't do a good job on this one. Okay, now let's look at basket. Basket. We find the two vowels, or find the vowels. There's two of them, and there's two consonants between the vowels. So we go bass, ket, basket. So let's go down below. What's the first sound we hear? Ba. A, made by the A. S. K. Now, you can say, hold it, K. Three letters, three different forms of the K sound, C, K, and CK. But we also remember A is the next sound, so that's an E. So that has to be a K because it's a hard K sound. So that has to be a K that makes that K sound. Then we have E, which is the T, basket. And now we have lesson. So again, find your vowels. How many consonants are between those two vowels? That's right, there's two of them. So let's split them between the two vowels, or two consonants, excuse me, guys. Less, sun. Lesson. So now, first sound we hear, that's an L. And we hear eh, and we hear s. And we know there's two of them there, so we're going to put them both in the same box. A little different sound there, but that's that O being nasalized a little bit. Lesson. Puppet. And again, find your vowels. How many are there? Alright, there's two of them. And how many consonants do we have between those two vowels? Yeah, there's two of them in there. That hasn't changed a lot, has it? That's been pretty consistent the whole time through here, really. So, pup, pet. And if you look, guys, we have two separate words there. And when those two are put together, it means something different, but puppet. So, pa, first sound is the P. Made by the U. Pa. And again, we know there's two of them, so they're going to go in the same box. We know E makes the S sound, don't we? And then T. T makes the T sound. Puppet. Puppet. Okay, here's winter. Find your vowels. Little different situation, but still, if you count your consonants between your vowels, you still have two of them, don't you? And if you have two consonants between your vowels, we split between the consonants. So we're going to go win, ter. So now we have wa, made by the W, made by the I, in, made by the T, or N, excuse me, ta, made by the T, and then we have That is a vowel controlled E, so it's going to be E, R, and you're just going to have to remember that ER on that one, because that's why we're calling them vowel controlled, because they do have a little different, the vowel's not easy to hear. Alright, this is what we're doing. We're spelling. Now, spell-ing. Find your vowels. Now, find the consonants between the vowels. How many are there? And I bet you're getting tired of telling me there's two of them, aren't there? But that's okay. We're going to split between the two. Okay? So spell. And I messed up on that one. I apologize. Ing. And the reason I did do this differently, because if you look up above, spell is the base word. Ing is something we add to it. Okay? You would have been fine if you went spelling, and I wouldn't have had a problem with that. And I split it there so you would notice that spell is the base word, and we just added an ing. Be patient with me. I'll get things right eventually. Now, first sound we hear in spelling is sp, sp, sp. Hold it. That's a blend. And the two letters that make that blend, the first one is an S, isn't it? Sp. So S, P. That makes the blend sp, doesn't it? And that's hard to pick up that because the L starts to move it, make the E sound move around a little bit. But there's an L, and there's another L, because we're the same thing. We won't put them in there. Now, look at that. We have three letters and only two boxes. E, a weird sound for the I, but it does make an E sound sometimes. And then N, G are going to move together. Ing, 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 ing. Spelling. That's NG when they come together make it ing. It's a digraph. Two letters that make a completely different sound. or two letters that only make one sound. But there's really two sounds coming in this one. Ng. Sister. Okay, find your vowels. Find your consonants. There's two of them, so let's split between the consonants. Sis, ter. Sister. Now if we look, we don't have any repeating consonants there, really. Two of them are the same side by side. So, sa, I, s, ta, and only one box left because we have an E and an R. That R controlled vowel again, sister. So we're going to stick it right in there. The E is going to go, and then the R is going to go. So, sa, I, st, sister. Napkin. And again, find the vowels. Find the consonants. Split between them. Nap. Kin. So, let's go down below and let's look at nap, n, a, p, I, n. Napkin. N, a, k, I, n. Napkin. Monster. And again, find your vowels. Find your consonants. Split between them. Mon. Stir. Okay, now, first sound we hear, m. On. I should say, n. S. We actually hear sta, don't we? That's a blend, and st make the blend. So if we go st, 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 we know it. And then of course I messed up here the way it looks. E. Or maybe I didn't. And then R. That's a vowel controlled. I left that box on there, and I'm sorry for that. But the E and the R go together because it's an R controlled vowel. So m, a, n, st, monster. Collar. Okay, find your vowels. Find your consonants between the vowels. And now we have call, lur. Now a lot of times that AR makes an R sound, you know, the pirate sound. It doesn't this time. Collar, sister, monster. Ooh, kind of making this. And that's the weird thing about the R controlled vowels. So let's go down below and let's do some ka. Beginning of the word, and it's not followed by an I, E, or Y, so I'm betting it's a C sound. Ka. A. U. They're going to go together. So we have ka, a, u, collar. And that AR, that's the vowel control, R controlled vowel, just like the ER was. So, and there are more, but I'll point them out as we come to them. I hope I remember to anyway. Skillet. Oh boy. This is what you use to cook with. Okay, skillet. Find the vowels. Find your consonants. Split between them. Skill. Let. Okay, now sound that we hear, sk. So we have a S. Now that K sound could be made by the C or the K, but there's an I in there, so we know it has to be a K. So, and because ska is a blend, we're putting them both together. Ska. I. O. and they're both going to go in the same box. Eh, skillet. Ska, l, t. Skillet. Picnic. Again, let's find our vowels. And this is one of the few times we have the same vowel in both places. Find your consonants. Let's split them between the consonants. Pick, nick. Okay. P, that's a P. I, that's an I. C, K. You're just going to have to remember this is the K sound. C, K. N, I, P, I, K, N, K. Picnic, the picnic, excuse me. Planet. Okay, now, if you look at this, this is a big break from what we've been having. We have two vowels, but only one consonant. Now, you can split this in a lot of different ways. We went to the dictionary, and this is how the dictionary split it, but that doesn't mean it's always right. Some people will go planet. But if you put the N with the ET, then the A should, in theory, be long sounding. And when we say we don't say play, we say planet. So I'm going to split it behind the N, not in front of it. So it's plan, et. Okay? Now when we go down here, we have p, pla, and we know pl, pla is a blend from P and L. A makes that A. Pla, an, a, t. Planet. Okay, now look, we have system, and now we're back again. Only this little trick, a little different. Act that we stuck a Y in there, but if Y didn't come at the first of the word, it is a. Yeah, I had to think there maybe, but it's a vowel. Y is that one that plays both sides of the fence. It can go consonant at the beginning of the word. If it comes in the middle or anywhere else other than the beginning, it is a vowel. So here we have a vowel. So we have a Y and an E for our vowels, and then we have a ST consonant in between. Now ST can go sta, but this is system, not system. Now some people pronounce that way. I don't. I'm going to split it between the two. System. So system. And S is the S. Now this time we hear the I, that's the I sound, but it's being made by the Y. S. Again, there's that T, T, M, M, and a lot of people are going to say system, but it's system. It's system. Systematic. That's an A sound. The sound comes in there simply because some people just get lazy with the way they talk. And I'm one of the worst ones. I know that. A, system, system, system. Pumpkin. Now you look for the vowels, you have a, ooh, look at this. This is kind of different. We have pumpkin. We find our two vowels. There are 3 syllables in between, or 3 consonants, God forgive me guys, between the P and the M, the U and the I. So let's break this down. Let's hum it. So I'm going to put my split between the P and the K. Pump, kin. MP a lot of time, guys, is a blend. And in this case, it's still a blend. So we go down below, P, m. There's that P. K. I. N. P. M. K. I. N. Pumpkin.